Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, Canadian counterattack. The Prime Minister and Premiers discuss their options for Trump's new tariffs. An EV experience, how you can learn about and test drive electric vehicles without the pressure of a salesperson. And the heydays of K-Days, how the summer festival is celebrating its past while looking towards its future.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
The Prime Minister says everything is on the table for talks with the United States as the clock ticks closer to Trump's new tariffs. Mark Carney and the leaders of Canada's provinces and territories wrapped up a meeting in Charlottetown today. CTV's Connor Hogg joins us now. So, Connor, what does an everything on the table approach mean for Alberta?
Matt, Premier Danielle Smith has made it clear over the course of this conference that using oil as a bargaining chip with Trump doesn't work for Alberta. Smith says she's confident in Mark Carney's strategy for dealing with Trump and that the premiers want a comprehensive deal removing all U.S. tariffs. Smith says she believes Alberta's diplomacy has helped.
Part of our success has been, I think, that we've gone directly to American businesses and consumers, and they become our advocates. They know how valuable it is to have a free flow of energy across the border, how it keeps their consumer prices low, how it makes sure that they don't have gasoline or aviation fuel or diesel shortages.
Smith says finding those voices is the strongest argument for Canadian interests. She says energy, critical minerals, uranium, and food products have enjoyed a great trade relationship with the U.S. A public policy analyst says while Ontario has been disproportionately affected by Trump's trade policies compared to our province, cutting off energy to the U.S. is not something that should be entertained lightly.
We are interdependent on oil. And as much as the Americans need to buy it from us, we need to sell it to them. Not selling oil to the United States simply means that we stop producing it. And of course, that's our biggest source of foreign exchange, of exports, huge source of revenues, jobs. And so stopping oil production in Canada would almost certainly put us into a recession.
Heather Exner-Perot with the Macdonald-Laurier Institute says that Canada doesn't have the space to store more than a few days' worth of petroleum and that using energy as a bargaining chip sends a negative message to other trading partners. Carney says any agreement with the U.S. has to be fair to both countries. There are 27 days left until the newest set of Trump tariffs, applying 50% penalties to a wide variety of products, come into effect. Matt?
All right, Connor Hogg live in studio tonight. Thank you. The price of fuel is increasing as the price of crude oil increases. That means a bump in revenue for the Alberta government. Renewed conflict in Iran has increased West Texas intermediate prices from around $67 a barrel at the beginning of July to around $92 a barrel. Market analysts say it could keep climbing. The province recently issued a $100 energy rebate to help offset the impact of high oil prices. It's not known if there will be any further help coming. In a statement to CTV News, a spokesperson for the finance minister's office says it will continue to monitor oil prices. If they remain high, the government will determine a way to make sure relief gets to Albertans. Some changes to Alberta's healthcare system are now in effect. Patients can now opt to pay for preventative diagnostic services like private mammograms and cardiovascular tests. If the private test finds a life-threatening condition, the province will reimburse the patient for the cost of the service. The new order in council is meant to speed up wait times. Some critics argue it could take specialists away from the public system. There are no changes for tests with a doctor's referral. Those remain free for all Albertans. Police have charged a 22-year-old man with second-degree murder. He's accused of killing his partner. 2 weeks ago, Edmonton police were called out to a home in southeast Edmonton. A 23-year-old woman was found unresponsive with suspicious injuries. She died a few days later in hospital. The medical examiner's office says an autopsy confirms she was strangled. Police say they're not looking for any additional suspects. 3 members of the Canadian Armed Forces were injured during a training exercise on the Athabasca Glacier. On Friday, they were doing crevice rescue training at the Columbia Ice Field. Officials say the 3-person rope team fell about 20 meters into a crevice. They were all injured but in stable condition when they were flown to a hospital in Jasper. The military says because this type of training is high risk, rescue people are on standby which is why the injured personnel were quickly helped. A downtown business says new investment in addiction services in Edmonton is a good first step to improving public disorder. Custom Orthopedic and the Walk Shop has been downtown for more than 20 years. Its owner says over the years it's gotten more dangerous. He now keeps the doors locked and customers must use a doorbell to get in. This is a measure he took earlier this year after noticing evidence of drug use in his bathroom. He says something needs to change.
There have been multiple incidents where we've had to call 211 for people in distress right out into the parking lot right here. It's a good start, but honestly, addressing overall homelessness, like having better shelter funding would probably help quite a bit.
Yesterday, the province announced 400 new beds for addiction recovery in the Edmonton area. Statistics show more than half of all opioid-related deaths in Alberta happened in Edmonton. The city has a warning for people who travel around town with their pets. If you're parking and you can't take your pet with you, leave them at home, not in the car. CTV's Amanda Anderson has more on the penalties for negligent pet owners.
The person who recorded this video last weekend and posted it to social media says a dog was left inside the SUV for half an hour before Edmonton firefighters broke the window to get inside.
In a matter of minutes, the temperature within a vehicle can rise to dangerous levels, making it unsafe for animals.
Animal control officers say cracking a window, parking in the shade, or under a parkade like this doesn't help.
The Environment Canada temperature currently, I believe, is 23 degrees Celsius. And looking into the vehicle, I can already see from the several minutes that it was here, we've already climbed to 28, 29.
An animal in immediate distress may be seen panting excessively, drooling, convulsing, or lose consciousness. Vomiting and diarrhea are other signs.
If the animal is in immediate distress, call 911. If the animal owner cannot be found and the animal is believed to be unattended in a health-threatening situation in high temperatures, call 311 for peace officer attendance.
Animal control officers responded to 79 complaints about dogs left in hot vehicles last year. An additional 50 calls were made to police.
99% of normal dog owners don't do it out of badness. They do it because they made a mistake and they thought they had more time than they did.
Depending on the severity of the situation, responding officers have discretion when it comes to consequences.
It can go into parts of the criminal code for causing an animal to be in suffering. So you can be charged criminally for this. And in all cases, you can have your animal seized as well.
Pet owners could also face warnings or fines. Under the new Animal Care and Control bylaw, the fine is $500 and goes up to $1,000 for each subsequent offense.
I hope that is a big deterrent to pet owners.
With 37 complaints so far this year, they hope educating people of the dangers means less calls for rescues like this. Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
The sky over Edmonton has been lighting up lately with thousands of lightning strikes recorded so far. According to Environment Canada, roughly 11,000 lightning strikes have streaked across the sky since the start of this month. One of those strikes hit the ground outside of a Northwest elementary school. It left behind a crater and traveled a few feet over to a fire hydrant. EPCOR says the hydrant is still in working order and a crew is coming to clean it up. After seeing a post online about it, a couple from St. Albert decided to come and check it out.
I think it's incredible the power that it had, and it looks like slight damage, but there's a hole in the concrete.
Most often if it hits a tree or something, the tree cracks and you don't really see anything, where this one you can actually see some evidence of it, or more evidence.
Environment Canada says the humidity caused by the wet weather in July has contributed to an increase in lightning strikes. The Northern Tornadoes Project has classified a tornado near Robb as an EF2. It happened last Friday. Researchers estimate the wind speed to be about 190 kilometers an hour. They also believe it traveled about 10 kilometers. The Northern Tornadoes Project also released aerial photos of the damaged area. There have been 27 tornadoes reported in Alberta this year. This is the province's most active season in the past decade. All right, Corey, another warm one out there today, although the air quality remains pretty poor.
Yeah, that's right. Still a haze over the city, Matt, and dealing with that, but it has improved slightly. Now, southern areas are going to be dealing with smoke coming over from BC, so we've been seeing it come in from the north, but areas to the north of us, Cold Lake, Fort McMurray, seeing an improvement in their air quality. We're at a 4, so still a moderate health risk on the low side of that. That's what we're projected to be for tomorrow, but we're going to be seeing some smoke come over from BC into southern areas of the province and possibly into the mountain parks. So need to keep an eye on that. And it is feeling warm outside also. We've got a bit of a humidity factor to count in. It's 28. With the humidity, it feels like 31. So feeling pretty warm outside. Winds coming in from the northwest, 13 kilometers per hour. As we take a look at the Humidex value, not too much for Stony Plain, 26 feeling like 28, but 26 at the airport, feeling 5 degrees warmer. It's feeling like 31. So very humid outside. Once you factor that in, it does make it feel a lot warmer. In the southern areas of the province, it's feeling like 37 and 36 in Medicine Hat and Lethbridge. A little bit less of a humidity factor in northern areas of the province. Taking a look at the forecast for us, as we go throughout the evening, just a little bit of cloud hanging around. Tomorrow morning we'll start off at 17, possibly a little bit of patchy fog, and still looking to be around 34 tomorrow. With the humidity factored in, it'll feel closer to 34, so it is going to feel quite hot as we go throughout Friday. Taking a look at your weekend forecast, Saturday, still keeping an eye on it, and it still looks like we could see some good storms mid and late day, so around 6 o'clock into the evening. So Saturday, if you do have plans in the evening, be prepared. We could see some storms. 24 on Sunday with a slight chance of showers. I have your 5-day forecast coming up.
All right, Corey, thank you. Coming up next on CTV News, an EV Q&A, how you can learn more and take an electric vehicle for a spin without the sales pressure.
I don't get anything if you buy a car. I just love it.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
A nonprofit organization is inviting drivers to come take a ride in an EV. They can also learn more about the pros and cons of shifting away from gasoline or diesel. CTV's Noah Rashog has more.
Sorry for all the noise, it's gas. Richard Perrone has been considering buying an electric vehicle for years.
Back in 22, in the middle of COVID, I was thinking about getting something in 26. The market has changed, the political climate has changed. Now I'm thinking about buying one in 2031.
He's unsure when the right time is to buy or what he needs to know. That's why he's here today, meeting with Plug and Drive to learn more.
You can only get so much on the internet.
Plug and Drive is a not-for-profit set up in stations like this across the country, letting people learn and see for themselves without the pressure of a car salesperson.
And so this way you're getting an answer from someone who really, I don't have any skin in the game. I don't get anything if you buy a car. I just love it. And so I want to share that with you, that they're awesome and fun, and I wouldn't ever go back to gas.
Plug and Drive isn't just educating people about these vehicles. They've got half of a dozen EVs here, and they're letting participants take them out for a spin.
Accelerate quite a bit more than your traditional gas car. It's just like a normal car. Yeah.
Some of the challenges of electric vehicles, including range, charger availability, and Edmonton's cold climate, still have some drivers hesitant.
I park outside. I never plug in. Every single time my car starts, and within 2 minutes it's warm. I will take that every day above a gas car where you have to wait for the heat to be generated.
However, there's at least one disadvantage.
You will lose, if it's minus 30, you will lose about 30% of your range when you're in the winter.
Plug and Drive will be traveling across Alberta for the next 6 weeks.
Light right onto Highway 2 South.
Expanding EV education across the province. Noah Rashog, CTV News, Edmonton.
The playoff push is on for the Edmonton Stingers. Their next 2 games are crucial if the team is going to make the playoffs this season. The Stingers face the Calgary Surge in Calgary tomorrow and then again on Sunday in Edmonton. The Stingers head into the series with a record of 8-11, so the team has to win at least one of their next 2 games in order to secure a playoff spot.
with it being a single elimination format this year, we need as many live playoff reps as possible with high intensity and high stakes. So for us, we're looking at it like an opportunity to prepare for the postseason.
The Stingers have signed guard Kendrick Ray for the rest of the season. The CEBL playoffs begin August 6th. Still to come tonight on CTV News, you can see me. Despite his catchphrase, John Cena is coming to meet fans in Edmonton.
Programming brought to you by Basement Systems Edmonton. Contact us today for all things basement-y.
Contrary to his catchphrase, fans will be able to see John Cena at the Edmonton Expo.
What superhero are you?
Peacemaker.
Get out of here! There's no superhero called Peacemaker!
Dude, I'm famous. The star of Peacemaker, Suicide Squad, and many more made a name for himself as a wrestler before becoming an actor. He will be available for autographs and photos with fans. He will also take the stage for John Cena Live. Tickets for those events go on sale Tuesday. He'll join previously announced guests, including Ron Perlman and several cast members from The Boys at the Comics and Entertainment Expo. That expo runs September 18th to the 20th. That'll be a cool experience for a lot of fans, Corey. The weather around here, certainly not cool lately, though. Nice and warm, although I wish the air quality was a little nicer.
Yeah, still feeling that. Yeah, good thing is we will see it slightly improve over the next couple of days, but you can see the haze outside. At least we're on the lower side of the moderate health risk right now. We're not as bad as we were a couple days ago. We are at 28 right now. Northwest winds 13 kilometers per hour and feeling 3 degrees warmer. The Humidex value 31. Let's take a look at our almanac for today. 29 possibly for a high. Average seasonal high is 24. Last year on this day, 20, and the record is 33. So we are adding another day to our calendar of above seasonal temperatures. How warm? We still have another hour to go before we see kind of where we end up. We were under an air quality warning. That has been dropped for us, which is good. But it's now in place for Jasper, Banff, and Calgary. They're seeing smoke come over from BC. So bit of a change there. Their air quality not improving as much. And then we've got the areas in pink, the heat warning. Calgary under a heat warning. As we take a closer look, we are as well. Sherwood Park, Leduc, and areas east towards Lloydminster. And then to the north, we've got a severe thunderstorm watch and now a warning just south of Fort McMurray. There have been some storms in those areas pushing off into Saskatchewan. A little bit more active in Saskatchewan, but there are some decent storm cells there. A lot of rain associated with these, some lightning as well. So dropping a lot of rain in a short period of time. And again, those are pulling off into Saskatchewan, a little bit more action there. So severe thunderstorm watch for Fort McMurray. Just keep an eye on the sky for changing conditions. Some of these storm cells could pass through, drop a lot of rain, and a lot of strong wind as well associated with those. Where you can see those cells, a lot of them moving off again into Saskatchewan. For us right now, partly cloudy up towards Peace River. A little bit more cloud as you move down towards Red Deer. Stettler seeing some showers, those passing in towards Coronation. For us, as we go throughout the evening, just a little bit of cloud hanging around, and then fairly clear overnight and through tomorrow, a lot of sun once again. So it's going to be fairly clear. Temperature right now, we are at 28. In the 30s in the south. Jasper pretty warm, 28. Look at Banff, only sitting at 14, so seeing a bit of cooling there. As we take a look at the morning lows, tomorrow we'll start off around 18. 16 Fort McMurray, 16 Slave Lake. In the south, temperatures very similar as well. And for tomorrow, Fort McMurray 27, Lac La Biche 28. Whitecourt 28, feeling the heat in the north. Little bit cooler, though, than what we're expecting to see in central and southern areas. Medicine Hat 35, Lethbridge 33. The heat warning still in place for tomorrow. And then Saturday into Sunday, that's when we'll start to see temperatures drop off. Tomorrow morning, we'll start off at 17. 34 tomorrow. It'll feel closer to 34 once you factor in the humidity. The weekend, again, Saturday, as we go throughout the supper hour and evening, could be quite active. So keep an eye on the changing conditions for Saturday, 28 for a high. 24 for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 25 and 26, and a chance of thunderstorms on Tuesday. So still feeling the heat tomorrow and Saturday, but Saturday, the day to watch out for, Matt, we could see thunderstorms once again.
All right, Corey, thank you. The soccer game at K-Days went into extra time. The final whistle has been blown on an attempt at the world's longest soccer game. This was a fundraiser for Alberta Dreams, which helps fulfill wishes of kids with severe illnesses. Organizers say the record to beat was 60 hours. This game lasted for 72. We're still waiting to find out how much money the game raised for Alberta Dreams. Stay with us. More to come here on CTV News at 5.
CTV News at 5 continues.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
K-Days has come a long way from centering around the gold rush in the Wild West. Today, the Midway honored its past while looking towards the future. CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti has more.
Klondike Park is a blast from the past. Searching for something shiny at the gold rush is just one way to embrace where K-Days all started.
Klondike Days was a celebration of kind of our connection as the gateway to the north, and that included the gold rush. And so even me, when I was 5 years old, I can remember coming here and panning for gold with my family.
And we're both huge crystal fiends. We're really into rocks, so this is the highlight for us.
The Midway celebrated its gold rush heritage with themed entertainment. While many rides have evolved since this, the joy on people's faces is the same over the years.
I think a lot of people come to K-Days because they came here as a kid. And they want to relive those memories, you know, that when they were kids, their mom and dads brought them down here and went on the merry-go-round and the Ferris wheel.
Klondike Mike is a big staple at K-Days, a reminder of where the Midway started nearly 150 years ago.
Klondike Mike, a 36-foot fiberglass statue, symbol of Klondike Days, greets visitors at the main gate of the fairground.
It's a really great celebration of kind of the deep history that we have here in Edmonton that sometimes we forget about as we grow as a new city.
Some carnival goers don't want to forget and are holding on to the K in K-Days.
I always dress up every year because Klondike Days is Klondike Days to me. I grew up with it, and I love Klondike Days when people dressed up.
It's really spectacular, especially on Sundays. I can remember Sundays, everybody would be all decked out in their Klondike wear, coming down here and having a great day.
Organizers are looking ahead to 2029, when the Midway will be celebrating 150 years of entertainment and nostalgia.
We have been a fair in Edmonton since before Edmonton was officially a city.
The celebration will be a chance to further reflect on the festival's iconic history. Miriam Valdez-Carletti, CTV News, Edmonton.
And that's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.